Welcome back to the second half of the Bobby Dupree Show, and I forgot to introduce my sidekick, Andrew.
Well, good morning.
Good morning again.
I've been renewed.
And we didn't stop, and we took a little 3-minute break, and we've got a few things that we'd like to come across, and we want to do the pictures right after these couple of messages.
We got a nice note from Mr. Johnny Raymond while we were doing the first half of the show. You know, Mr. Johnny Raymond's had some health issues in the hospital a little while. He's back home. He's doing much better. Got to watch his diet. He's on dialysis now 3 days a week. For those of you that know him, I guess that's Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays that he's having the dialysis done. So keep him in your prayers. He's feeling much better. He's progressing.
Miss Courtney, keep us, if you need anything, Miss Courtney, please call.
That's right. We also got Mr. Huey Semino. A lot of people have been asking me about Huey. You've known him with the horses and with the feed and all that type of thing over the years. Mr. Huey is still in the hospital at Lafayette General. Hadn't had a lot of progress, but we're seeing some good progress now. He's actually able to eat a little bit of rice. The kidneys for him are getting a little bit better, so they're watching him, they're seeing some progress. Also doing some of that hyperbaric treatment to his leg to help that leg heal, which is where the problems have come up from. So I want to keep him in our prayers too. And happy birthday to his daughter, Suzette, was this past weekend, and happy birthday to his son-in-law, John Hadley. That'll be this coming weekend.
Cool.
So got the whole family covered right there.
The Soiree Royale, I know it's way ahead of time, but we just want to put you on notice. That's going to be Monday, September the 12th, and it's going to be at the Evangeline Downs Event Center, and the tickets are $40 a person, and it's a beautiful, beautiful event. So we'll keep you posted on that, but we just want to kind of get you to mark that date on your calendar. And a lot of people, their whole lives now, they put it into that. Put it in the computer. That's correct.
The Epiphany Episcopal Church here in Opelousas is having their 150th anniversary services this Sunday, July 31st at 10 a.m. right there on 1103 South Union. They were chartered in 1861. So go on by and enjoy it. We've got a nice note from Miss Diane Dejean.
Several people that passed away recently was Ms. Harris LaFleur Mrs. Harris LaFleur. She was the former Dorothy Teresa Saunier. And when she said Saunier, I read a little bit further and saw where her sisters were Maisie Saunier Dejean and then May Saunier Mouret, Mrs. Harry Mouret. So I knew that part of the family, and I think Melanie Jobin and her husband Darrell, he's connected pretty close with the Catholic Church. Which Catholic Church, or was?
I'm not sure.
I don't know if it was St. Landry or Queen of Angels here, but Melanie was Melanie Abe, if I'm not mistaken. Anyhow, to their family, our deepest sympathy. And also here, Sister Rita Hardy. She was born December 22nd, 23, and died July the 21st, 2011. She's from Orneville, and she's kin to practically every Hardy that ever lived, and all living. There's still a lot of Hardys living in the Orneville area. Our sympathies.
In Fort Barry.
And she was buried on Monday in the chapel at Our Lady Prompt Succor Nursing Home. Let's get another one here. William Clay, better known as Chip Dejean. Chip was 68 years old. I had just recently learned that his health was failing. And to Miss Jeanette, who I see quite often, my sympathies on the recent death. And of course, his daddy was Opelousas City Judge Robert, we called him Mr. Bob Dejean. And he gave me my first opportunity to start my own business. He recommended me as a senior in college to become the local bail bondsman. And it helped me out a lot. I met a lot of people. And as we'd bond them out, they needed insurance. And it was like a guarantee. They had to buy it for 3 years. SR-22 filing back in those days.
It was SR-22 just like with auto.
Yep. And well, not the bonding.
Right.
The insurance was.
Right, yeah, sure.
And anyhow, to this family, my very deepest sympathies. I got a lot of help from Mr. Bob.
You did okay, huh? You did all right going into business instead of teaching.
And I didn't know Mrs. Gladys Hidalgo Liebert too well, but of course I know the family members, my deepest sympathies on death.
Miss Traylor, Miss Virginie Lejeune Traylor from Port Barre area. We're sure.
She was a teacher. Yeah, Jean, and she was a teacher. It says here.
So she
probably
at Port Barre while I was there at that time.
She taught the boys too, or it was the girls?
It was the girls that, the girls coach taught the girls and the boys coaches taught the boys.
And health at the same time.
She was a Lejeune. Of course, all those Lejeunes all around my mom's house there, from Moise Lejeune, Bobby Ray.
Yeah, her two brothers passed away.
Mr.
Al Lejeune and Bobby Lejeune.
All right there. So it's all the same family. So our deepest condolences.
And then another one from Port Barre, and I know you know Miss Verville.
Miss Verville Savant Wheaton.
And of course, I guess who I know best in the family is Billy Joe Muller, and of course Stan Muller.
That's her daughter.
And she was born and raised in Whiteville, Louisiana. I didn't realize that.
And her daughter Donna and I graduated from Port Barre High together. We were the top 2 in the class.
Really? You never told. You didn't tell me that.
Very sharp and pretty young lady.
And pretty.
That's right.
It helps.
And Billy Joe actually taught me freshman English in high school. That was like her first job as a teacher, I think.
Talk about has a good voice. I know you've heard her singing.
Yeah.
She used to sing in the choir at Washington. Maybe she goes to another mass. I go to the 9:30 mass. And by the way, I had a nice visit with Father Nunez. That would have been on Monday, and had coffee with him, and learned that the final plans are almost complete. Could be complete by Thursday night. They hope to have some. They hope to have. There's a meeting taking place Thursday night, and they're hoping to have the final plans drawn up.
Great.
And so then that would mean then you have a period there where you get the contractors to go out, get their bids up, and then so you could be breaking ground in anywhere from 60 to 90 days from now.
Fantastic. Piggly Wiggly! All throughout Acadiana, locations all over the place. They've got great specials this weekend. You got sirloin pork chops, $1.29 a pound. Chicken leg quarters, you get $5.99. You get a 10-pound sack of chicken, a sack of chicken. You get boneless top sirloin steaks, $3.99 a pound. And don't forget, they've also got the Royal Oak Charcoal, which is my favorite to use, $2.99 for the 8-pound bags. Go by Church Point, Rain, Scott, Cecilia, St. Martinville, and don't forget 2 locations in Opelousas.
That was memoriam, I guess, a memorial of in memory of Mr. Weston Singleton. He passed away July 27, 1993. That's 18 years ago. And his family, I imagine, runs this every year. Now, you say, why you remember Mr. Singleton? Well, I met him through my very dear friend who's deceased also, Mr. Lewis Carrier. They were brother-in-laws. And later on, 1 or 2, maybe 3 of his children, he had several children, they were all bright, very intelligent. They got 2 or 3 of them got my scholarship at Opelousas High School back then. And of course his son Lionel, who works for Morning Veg Castile for umpteen years, I mean years and years, very gifted, very talented young man. Just wanted to bring that out to the family and how I met him. And something big taking place Friday is former Governor Edwards will be getting married to Miss Trina Grimes Scott, and who'll be performing the nuptials?
So the Supreme Court Justice, the head of the Supreme Court, the Chief Justice, Miss Kitty Kimball.
Miss Kimball, I know Miss Kitty well. In fact, we had her son on TV recently.
Right.
Had a picture of him. He is
runs TJ Ribs.
co-owner of TJ Ribs. So
and also it's Governor Edwards' birthday this weekend. He and John Hadley share the same birthday. That's what I always tell John. I said, two of my favorite political figures.
How about
share
that?
The same birthday.
That's pretty good.
How about some sponsors? Quality Portable Buildings. If you're looking for good portable buildings, Quality Portable Buildings can help you out with their location at Exit 23 off of I-49, 3 miles north of Opelousas. They open on Saturdays as well, where you can go get propane bottles filled. They can do U-Haul rentals, but they've got these little buildings from everything from just a little canopy type building that maybe you just want to have on the side of the house. Maybe you want something a little more dressy. They do custom type buildings as well. Go by there. They can help you out. Mr. Hugh Guidry. And one more sponsor. How about the Quarters? While we're going north of Opelousas, go to Quarters Casino and Travel Plaza, locally owned. They've got the remodeled casino and bar. They've got an emphasis on customer comfort. Nice big cushy chairs around those 50 video poker machines. They got the newest models. Got your favorite old ones, pennies, nickels, and quarter machines, $1,000 payouts, drawings. They've got a Subway, a deli, an El Pico de Gallo Mexican restaurant as well. 2-for-1 margaritas every day, 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock, and open 24 hours a day. Talk to GM over there, Mr. Pat Willis.
And I might add that it's easy in and easy out. They have a large area for the truckers, our trucking friends that are listening to the Bobby Dupree show right now. They can drive in.
You don't have to back up. You can drive all the way in.
Just drive through, right on through.
How about one more sponsor before I give up on you? Now I got you cornered. Dr. Kerry Thibodeau. If you need to get anything done with general surgery, go by with Dr. Kerry Thibodeau. He can help you out. In general surgery, I mean, it's all kind of different basic surgery type needs, from trauma, thoracic surgery, surgery dealing with your veins. You know, he does like the varicose veins type treatments as well. He's board certified general surgery. He's a fellow of the American College of Surgeons. He's been here in Opelousas now. It's over 20 years that he's been here. So if you need to go by and your primary care surgeon, when you go to him, he says, I think you need, I mean, your primary care physician, when he says you need surgery, you know, you got a choice. Why don't you make a comment and say, I'd like to use Dr. Kerry Thibodeau as my surgeon.
He did a portion of the back surgery on my daughter Kelly. He did one portion, and another portion was done by Dr. Ray Williams. They worked in conjunction on that. And I might add that she's very encouraged, and she's getting good reports. She's been to both doctors, and they feel she's well, about 6 more weeks, she should be.
Takes a while to heal.
That's correct. Properly healed, and not to hurt all this good healing that's taking place. And they just, Dr. Williams just sent over a special belt. I haven't seen it.
Like a brace?
Like a brace, but it's to help the healing process. It's something kind of new.
Very good.
I mean, this guy's on the cutting edge of this surgery.
One more little announcement here. We got the John Ed Bradley Opelousas Kiwanis Club Football Jamboree will be held on Thursday, August 26th. That's next month. I think there's still some spots. You can hurry up and call them if you want to do some advertising with them. It's the only fundraiser that the club does every year, and they donate $20,000, usually what they end up clearing from this project, to participating schools and local school organizations. If you want to help, you're interested in getting tickets or whatever, call Dirk Boudreau, 942-0263.
Mr. Dirk is everywhere.
Everywhere,
out,
very active,
very
church
active.
and
let's do a couple of pictures. We've been talking about the pictures. These two young men right here, that was taken on my iPhone.
Yeah.
Now, the reason I took that one on my iPhone was because we were at the Bi-State Fishing Rodeo, and I wanted to send Kelly a little booster. And she graduated from high school with these two young men. Of course, Trey Elder on the left with the LSU baseball cap, and on the right is Mr. Jeff Weinstein, Morris's young son. How about that? Now, this was a building. I just was passing by this building. This is on Moss Street, and the street that runs along the side of Préjean's.
KSLO will see another side of 3. And
Mr. Ted Shaw donated this to UL, approximately maybe 40 acres of land there.
Wow.
Center for Ecology and Environmental Technology. How about that? Mr. Ted's name. And then this is the Sha Na Na restaurant, and it says of Creole.
Formerly of Creole.
Because Creole is where they originally were for years, and the storm ran them off, so they moved to Lake Charles. And I mean, you can, if you're going down I-10, you take the downtown exit, and they'll bring you right to it. And friendly staff. They were just getting ready to open, and people were already lining up, so they must have some good food. These are our two assistants at the Bi-State Fishing Rodeo. Very good. They work for one of the guys in the rodeo and did a good job. And there's Jimmy Fontenot. That